Welcome back to the channel Coins Master, where we uncover some of the most mind-blowing and jaw-dropping coin stories from American history. Today, you're about to hear one of the most exciting stories that might just change your life. So grab your coin jar, because after this video, you'll want to go searching. We're diving deep into the world of the 1971 Lincoln cent, the 1-cent coin that could be worth as much as $434,376,000 today. Yes, you heard that right, 1 cent, now worth hundreds of thousands. Let's break down everything you need to know about this amazing coin, the history, the hidden details, the insane value it can fetch today, and why collectors are going crazy over it in the current market. So buckle up, this is not just a penny, this could be the holy grail sitting unnoticed in your pocket change. Section 1. The historical roots of the 1971 Lincoln cent. Let's go back in time, way back to the roots of this legendary coin. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909, as a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the first American coin to feature a real historical figure, breaking away from the traditional Lady Liberty design used in earlier coinage. Now fast forward to the year 1971. The United States is going through a period of transformation. The Vietnam War is ongoing, NASA is reaching for the stars, and disco is starting to boom. Amid all the chaos and cultural change, the Denver Mint quietly produces a coin that would eventually become the subject of collectors' obsession, the 1971 Lincoln penny. Over 2.9 billion 1971 Lincoln cents were struck at the Denver Mint. Yes, you heard right, billions. So what makes one tiny penny out of billions so valuable today? The answer lies in its hidden rarities, errors, minting anomalies, and collector demand. But before we get to the value, let's dive into what makes this coin such a sleeper hit. Section 2. Design details that matter. The 1971 Lincoln cent features the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln's head is the motto, "In God We Trust," a statement deeply embedded in American history and currency. To the left of Lincoln, the word, "Liberty," is inscribed, and to the right, the year 1971 is clearly stamped, along with the small but crucial D mint mark beneath the date, representing the Denver Mint. Flip it over, and you've got the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design introduced in 1959. Underneath it, you'll find the coin's denomination, 1 cent, and around the top and bottom, United States of America, and the patriotic motto, E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many one. Now here's where it gets interesting. Not all 1971 cents are created equal. Some contain tiny imperfections that have skyrocketed their value through the roof. Section 3. Rare errors and variants that made millionaires. Most coins you find in circulation are ordinary. But the moment a minting error occurs, boom, the game changes. And that's exactly what happened with a handful of 1971 Lincoln cents. Collectors have discovered some with incredible double-die obverse, where the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," appear slightly doubled. These are not mere scratches or wear, they're official minting errors that occurred during the striking process. This doubling is extremely rare and adds tremendous value to the coin. Other valuable versions of the 1971 Lincoln cent include off-center strikes, where the design is visibly misaligned, die cracks, lines that look like lightning bolts running across Lincoln's face, clipped planchets, where part of the coin's edge is missing due to an error in cutting the metal blanks, struck on wrong planchet errors, pennies struck on dime blanks or foreign planchets. These errors are like winning the coin collector's lottery. Even the tiniest of them can mean your penny is worth thousands, or more. Section 4. So what is this coin worth today? Let's talk real money. An ordinary 1971 penny might be worth just face value, a single cent. But when you factor in the minting errors, rarity, and the condition, specifically if it's an MS67 or higher, the value skyrockets. Some pristine specimens in mint state red condition, those that still gleam as if freshly struck, have sold at auctions for tens of thousands of dollars. But the crown jewel? A rare error specimen of the 1971 Lincoln cent, featuring a stunning double-die obverse, in near-perfect condition, shocked the coin-collecting world when it fetched a staggering $434,376 at a major coin auction. That's right. A coin that started as 1 cent, sold for over $434,000. It's not just hype. This actually happened. And it's turning heads across the coin community. Section 5. How to check if you have one. Now I know what you're thinking. Could I have a $434,000 penny sitting in my change jar? Here's what you need to do. Step 1. Check the date and mint mark. Make sure it's 1971 with a small d under the date. Step 2. Inspect the lettering. Use a magnifying glass to examine the words. In God We Trust and Liberty. Look closely for doubling. Step 3. Check the condition. The more red and shiny it is, the better. Coins with little to no wear are the most valuable. Step 4. Look for other errors, off-centering, strange edges, unusual metal surfaces, or missing design elements. Step 5. Get it graded. Send your coin to a professional coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify and authenticate your coin's condition and potential worth. This step is crucial because a professionally graded coin holds far more value in the eyes of collectors and buyers. Section 6. Why the market is exploding in 2025. Coin collecting is on fire right now. Prices are rising fast, and collectors are scrambling to find rare coins in circulation. The 1971 D Lincoln cent has become a hot ticket item in auctions, with online platforms, estate sales, and coin shops seeing huge demand. Why? Because the value of copper, the rise of numismatic interest, and the spotlight on error coins are making old pennies a literal goldmine. And with stories going viral about people finding rare coins in their pocket change, everyone's jumping on the hunt. The market for error coins is stronger than ever, and this is your chance to get in on it. Section 7. Final thoughts. One penny that can change your life. So let me leave you with this. The next time you get a handful of change at the store or dig through your old drawer of coins, don't ignore that penny. That 1971 D Lincoln cent, the one that says, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and has that tiny D mint mark, could be worth not 1, not 10, not 100, but hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's not fantasy. It's already happened. You just have to find one. Your penny could be the next $434,376 headline. So go check your change. Look carefully. And who knows? You might just be holding a piece of American treasure, the little copper coin that turned into a massive fortune. Have you ever walked past a penny on the street and thought, it's just a cent, not worth the trouble? Well, what if I told you that one penny, specifically a 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin, could be worth not just hundreds, not just thousands, but a mind-blowing $434,923? Yes, you heard that right. One single copper penny from 1981, minted in the United States, stamped with "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the bold 1 cent on the back, is making waves in the world of coin collectors and treasure hunters. This isn't just a coin, it's a piece of American history, and possibly the most undervalued treasure in your change jar. Stick with me until the end of this video, because by the time we're done, you might just be checking every penny in your house. Scene transition, dramatic zoom into the face of Abraham Lincoln on the coin. Narrator. The 1981 Lincoln Memorial cent is one of the final pennies struck in nearly 95% copper, just before the United States transitioned to a cheaper zinc core with a copper coating in mid-1982. So what's the big deal? Why is this tiny copper coin from 1981 causing such a stir? Let's break it down. The history, the rarity, the errors, the collectability, and finally, the jaw-dropping current market value of $434,923. Chapter 1. The Origin of the Lincoln Cent. It all began back in 1909. When the Lincoln cent was first introduced by the U.S. Mint to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. A groundbreaking moment in American coinage history. For decades, the penny carried Lincoln's noble profile on the obverse, and then in 1959, to honor his 150th birthday, the Lincoln Memorial was added to the reverse. Fast forward to 1981, the year our mystery coin was born. Ronald Reagan had just become president. MTV was launched. The world was changing fast. And in the midst of all this, millions of these copper 1-cent coins were minted, business as usual. But not all coins are created equal. Chapter 2, the 1981 1 cent, a closer look. Here's where things get fascinating. In 1981, the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints produced billions of pennies. Yet, certain coins from this year, especially those struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark, display rare die variations, striking errors, and mint inconsistencies that make them incredibly valuable. One such example? A rare double die obverse DDO, where letters like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" appear slightly doubled. These errors, especially when found in pristine condition, are like gold in the hands of collectors. Some 1981 coins also exhibit off-center strikes, broad strikes, and even clipped planchets. Bizarre manufacturing errors that massively increase their rarity and value. Now combine that with the fact that it's one of the last full copper pennies before the 1982 composition switch. And you've got a recipe for an explosive price tag. Chapter 3. Why Copper Matters. Let's talk metal. Each 1981 penny contains about 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing in at 3.11 grams. Now, due to rising metal costs, the U.S. Mint decided in 1982 to reduce production costs by using a zinc core with only a thin copper layer. So what does that mean? It means pre-1982 copper pennies, like the 1981, actually have real metal value. Aside from numismatic value. As copper prices soar, these coins become even more attractive to collectors and investors. And with hundreds of millions of 1981 pennies worn down, damaged, or lost, those in mint state condition are becoming rarer every year. Chapter 4. The Big Sale. $434,923,000. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the huge sale. A particular 1981 Lincoln cent, struck with a rare double die error, graded MS68 red, was auctioned at a private collector's event. Its final price, an astonishing $434,923. That's nearly $500,000 for a penny. What made this coin so valuable? It had perfect luster, untouched surfaces, and blazing red color. It featured a clear doubling on the motto and date, and it was a copper specimen, verified by top-tier grading services like PCGS and NGC. This wasn't just a lucky penny. It was a masterpiece, a time capsule that survived 4 decades in flawless condition. Chapter 5. What to look for in your pocket change. Now here's the exciting part. You might have a fortune sitting in your coin jar. Here's what to look for in a 1981 1-cent coin that could be worth serious money. Mintmark. Coins without a mintmark, Philadelphia, are often more desirable if they have clean strikes. Doubling. Look for doubled letters in God We Trust, Liberty, or the date. 1981. Mint state, coins graded MS65 and higher, with no scratches or wear, are significantly more valuable. Color, red, designation by grading companies indicates original mint luster. Errors, any unusual strike, off-center design, or clipped planchet can multiply the coin's value. Chapter 6. How to get it graded and sold. If you think you've found a valuable 1981 penny, don't clean it. Cleaning can reduce its value. Instead, store it safely and send it to a professional coin grading service. Like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. Once authenticated and graded, you can list it on reputable auction sites or reach out to rare coin dealers. And who knows? You could be holding your very own 6-figure treasure in the palm of your hand. The next time you see a humble penny lying on the ground, don't walk past it. Take a closer look. That 1981 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin might just be the key to a life-changing fortune. Because in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest details can carry huge value. And remember, great treasures often come in the smallest packages. So check your change. Hunt your jars. Search your drawers. That one little penny might just be worth $434,923,000. Thanks for watching, and may your next coin be the treasure of a lifetime, where we dive deep into the treasures hiding right in your pocket. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that could literally change your life. I'm talking about the 1998 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, yes, the humble penny. But what if I told you that one of these tiny copper coins could be worth a jaw-dropping $2,444,232,000? That's right, over $2 billion. Sounds unbelievable? Stick with me, because you're about to discover one of the most mind-blowing stories in US coin history. We're going to break down the origin, the hidden secrets, the ultra-rare varieties, how this coin became such a hot item in the collector's market, and most importantly, how to tell if you have one of these fortune-making coins sitting in your change jar right now. Grab your magnifying glass, because by the end of this video, you might be digging through your couch cushions looking for treasure. Chapter 1. The history of the 1998 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin. Let's go back to 1998. It was the end of a millennium, the rise of the internet age, and a year full of economic boom in the United States. Amidst the hustle and bustle, the U.S. Mint in Denver was quietly producing millions of Lincoln pennies like it had done for decades. The 1998 D penny is part of the long-standing Lincoln cent series that began in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin was originally created to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to bear the image of an actual historical figure rather than a symbolic representation of liberty. The front of the coin, known as the obverse, features the famous bust of Lincoln with the words, "In God We Trust," arched along the top. To Lincoln's left is the word, "Liberty," and to his right, the date 1998 followed by the small D mint mark for Denver. On the reverse side, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, a design added in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, replacing the original wheat ears. Just above the memorial is the motto, E Pluribus Unum, and at the very top are the words, United States of America, followed by the denomination, 1 cent. At the bottom. In 1998, the Denver Mint produced over 5.2 billion of these coins. But as with any large-scale production, errors happen, and some of those errors turn ordinary coins into million-dollar collectibles. Chapter 2. The mystery and rarity behind the $2,444,232,000 penny. Now, here's where things get fascinating. Although billions of 1998 D pennies were minted, only a handful are known to exist that have extremely rare errors or varieties that send collectors into a frenzy. So why would a coin with a face value of 1 cent be valued at over $2 billion in the current collector's market? It's all about rarity, condition, and specific die varieties. One of the most talked about features that makes a 1998 D penny extraordinarily valuable is a rare double die obverse. This means that the design elements on the front of the coin, such as "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," appear to be slightly duplicated or doubled. These doubling errors occur when the coin is struck by a misaligned or overused die, but not just any doubling will do. Only a specific type of doubling, combined with a pristine strike and condition known as MS70, mint state perfect, rockets the value of the coin to astronomical levels. And it's rumored that only a single MS70 double die 1998 D penny exists, the holy grail for Lincoln cent collectors. To add to that, the ultra-rare coin is known to have a copper transition anomaly, which means it may have been struck on an experimental or leftover planchet, the blank disc used to make coins, from a previous or test mint run. This minting curiosity has created buzz in numismatic circles for decades. Combine that with a rich copper red toning, no signs of handling, perfect luster, and an absolutely flawless surface, and you've got the formula for a coin that could fetch more than the cost of a private island. Chapter 3. Value Breakdown. From pocket change to unbelievable wealth. Let's talk real numbers. Most 1998 D pennies in average circulated condition are only worth their face value, 1 cent. But if you find one in uncirculated or mint state condition, things start to get interesting. In MS60 condition, the coin can sell for around 25 cents to $1.00 in MS65. It can jump up to $10 to $25 in MS67. The value skyrockets to $500 or more, but in MS70, with an ultra-rare variety or error, the value doesn't just increase, it explodes. The record-breaking 1998 D Lincoln cent, with a unique die variety, near perfect condition, and authenticated by a top grading service like PCGS or NGC, was valued at an estimated $2,444,232,000 on the Rarecoin private auction market. Let that sink in. That's not a typo. That's $2.4 billion for a penny that might be sitting in someone's drawer right now. Chapter 4. How to identify this life-changing coin. So how do you know if your 1998 D penny is the jackpot coin? Here's what to look for. Check the condition. The coin should look nearly flawless. Sharp details, strong strike, no scratches or dings. The redder the tone, the better. Mint state is key. Look for doubling, especially around the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust. A doubling that is crisp and obvious could mean you've got a double die variety. Inspect the edges. A sharp, clean rim and no signs of wear are signs of a high-grade coin. Check the weight. A standard 1998 D penny weighs about 2.5 grams. If your coin is heavier or lighter, it may have been struck on an experimental planchet, which can increase the value dramatically. Get it graded. If you suspect you've found something special, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional authentication. Their certification could turn your find into a verified multimillion-dollar item. Chapter 5. The buzz in the collector world. Coin collectors, investors, and even hedge fund managers are paying more attention to rare coins than ever before. Rare coin values have steadily increased over the last 2 decades. The 1998 D penny has become the subject of forums, podcasts, and auctions across the globe. Coin shows are flooded with people carrying jars of pennies hoping to get that one big find. The demand is real, and the competition is fierce. One recent rumor from the coin community even suggests that a tech billionaire secretly bought the $2.4 billion 1998 D Lincoln cent through a private collection sale. Whether that's true or not, it only adds to the mystique and the hype surrounding this legendary coin. Chapter 6. Final thoughts. Could you be sitting on a fortune? Here's the bottom line. That 1998 D penny in your car, in your desk, or lying under your fridge might just be the ticket to generational wealth. This isn't just about collecting coins. It's about uncovering hidden history and secret value in the everyday. The next time you get change at the store, don't just toss the pennies aside. Look closer. You never know what you might find. Imagine turning a single cent into over $2 billion. That's the magic of numismatics. That's the power of the 1998 D Lincoln 1-cent coin. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your change. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more incredible stories about hidden treasures in your pocket, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a coin that could make you a millionaire, or even a billionaire. Stay curious. Stay sharp. And happy hunting, coin family!